So, you're writing an essay or a piece of writing for university or school, and you need to use some sources and reference them properly. Firstly, you need to know which referencing system you're using. So work it out. Ask somebody if you don't know. If it's not in your unit guide, you need to make sure you're on the right track with that. Get the name of it, then go online, maybe go to a university library and pull down their guide, download their guide. Each of the major universities has a guide to referencing in the various systems. So the guide is like a shorthand. It gives you examples and it will help you along the way with that. Then, with your referencing, with your use of sources, don't think for a minute that it's sufficient just to drop them in. They have to make sense. Don't use a quote unless the quote is really helpful, and then don't use a whole paragraph. Use the part of the paragraph or sentence that is actually helpful and backs up the point you're trying to make. Each of your paragraphs is dealing with a particular point. If you have a paragraph which talks about a particular point that backs up your argument, that's fine. If your paragraph has no referencing in it at all, then that's really bad. And if your paragraph only has one source mentioned, that's not really bad, but it's a problem, because if you go through and you only use one source to back up each point you make, your essay starts to look a bit paper thin. What you need to do is realize that a point that you've made, which is backed up by more than one source, and I'm not saying limited to two, but you know, if it's got two references, two sources backing up that one point that you've made, then that's not just twice as good as one, that's a lot better. Because it looks like you've compared and contrasted sources, which you probably have in order to get there, and it looks a lot fuller. So try and remember that. You need to reference in every paragraph in the body of your essay, not necessarily in the introduction or conclusion.